See, this is important because people misinterpret this and then they make themselves feel worse than they need to. They start thinking maybe I'm not spiritual because like things are hitting me harder now. They didn't used to. Before in my life, it's like I had more life force. My buffer was wider. I could like buffer things out and stress and stuff. It didn't really matter. I could pretty much do whatever I wanted, then go home and sleep at night good. Like there would be no problem. But now it's like my system is carrying a higher load, like a constant load of stress. It's like, why? Why is that happening? You see, this is what happens over years and decades. This body's no different than a car. If you drive like I used to, you get a brand new car, but if you drive it into the ground all the time and race, I used to like to smoke them, you know, I'd get to the stoplight. So if you do that over and over again, you're gonna burn the car out. So it's so individual. It so depends on so many factors as to when this overloading is going to happen to your system and why it happens, and so many things, man. It depends on your genetics. It depends on what kind of karmic health elements you were born into and your situation in life and how strong you are emotionally, the shape of your nervous system. There's all these things, you know. But for sure, our lifestyle will catch up to us at some point, and we just can't get away with what we used to get away with. When we're younger, the life force is strong, like creation made it that way. It has to be. We need that extra energy to learn and to work and have children and take care of all that and just all these things. So then later, we're in a different season, a different stage. That's normal and it's healthy. So we have to, if we're looking at something wrong, which means it's not true and it's not helpful, which is what this channel's about, trying to correct the misinterpretations that we have. It's much more important, I've found, to do that than to give some spiritual techniques and this and that. See, we're gonna talk about this a little later. You don't need techniques. It's not that you're missing a technique. What you're missing, if you've reached a state where you feel like things are just kind of hitting you harder now and you don't know why, like you pay a price, the price you pay now is stronger for stress or being in situations that you know inside you shouldn't be in, but before you could kind of do it anyways, like, okay, whatever, I'm gonna extract some excitement or dopamine or stimulation from this, and you know, it's cool. Now you do that, it's like you need more recovery time for when we do things that we know are kind of ignorant. Our tolerance for unconsciousness becomes less. This is good. So you might be at the point where you hit your threshold, and now you have to pay attention to your system trying to tell you it wants stability now. It doesn't want stimulation. Listen to that. And I want to drive this home. This point. It's not that you need stronger tools or a pill or some capsules, or you need to fast harder. You need to find some new, you know, the new promising thing out there that's going to give you your energy back. No. If you have the kind of system that I'm talking about and you've reached the kind of stage that I'm talking about, your body doesn't want another thing to mess with it. That's like the last thing it wants. It doesn't want another therapeutic modality or spiritual technique or some new cleansing protocol. It's like not the answer. In fact, that stuff makes you worse. I'm talking to those people because I have a certain focus when I make videos to talk to certain people. I don't like to spread the message out and try to reach, you know, billions of people. Then you don't get anywhere. So I'm talking to a very specific audience, like I talk about all the time, because that's my specialty. Because I went through it. You're a specialist when you've went through something and you've got to the other side. You're more qualified than if you went to school and learned about it. So when I would try to do all these kind of quick fixes, even though they're dressed up as healthy or spiritual modalities or techniques, it's like my system revolted. It's like, man, another thing because these things, they're hitting from one angle. It's not a complete synergistic system restore. These pills and capsules and this and that, and there's millions of modality, massage and Reiki and acupuncture. It's like they're targeting a specific. This is how I felt when I did it. It was like, yeah, I feel something. It stimulated something, or it suppressed something. It like subtly kind of put something else to sleep. That's my point. It wasn't a wholeness. It wasn't a synergistic revamping. And so my system recognized it. It's like it didn't want it. It's like, why are you trying to change me again? It's like it didn't feel safe. It didn't want somebody's nervous system who's like this. It doesn't want to feel like something's changing it. If I could say it as concise as, if I could say it in a concise way, that's how I'd say it. It doesn't want to feel like it's sick of that. It's been feeling like that its whole life. It doesn't want to be changed again or modified or something. And that's what a lot of these external things do. It tries to reach an effect by distorting something else. And see, if you're sensitive, you feel that. You're like, okay, I feel some extra energy, but like at what cost? It's like putting this other area of me to sleep or something. If I had to articulate it, that's how it would feel. So what's the solution? Let's get to the solution. I always say that to people or my friends if they call and tell me they have an issue or problem. I say, what's the solution? You know, I always like to know solution. I mean, it's nice it's therapeutic to kind of have somebody understand, like, okay, we're going through the same pain, but like, okay, but what's the solution? You know? And sometimes the solution is just acceptance. The resistance actually causes more poison and problems than the actual problem. That's another subject. I got into that more in this other video I made. But your nervous system, at this point, it wants stability and it wants to feel safe and it doesn't want to be messed with. This is what it wants. What are the best things to help with that? Lifestyle habits. Because they produce a causal effect without even me knowing it. I talk about this in one of the chapters in my True Health book. What was the example, analogy? I was trying to share how, let's say we do have physical body, emotional body, mental body. Let's say we take something and it only makes adjustments on the physical body. Well, then mentally and emotionally, it's like it didn't change. It feels weird. Or let's say it only affects the mind. It only affects your chemistry in your mind. Okay, but then now physically though, it's like, you see, it doesn't match. And that's why I never did too well with any external kind of help, unless it was total system rejuvenation and holistic from the ground up. Okay, and this is why I get into lifestyle habits. What are some habits that work on you from the ground up so that you don't even know you're being worked on? Yeah, my nervous system loves that. You don't even know you just changed, like you're just cool. Mentally, emotionally, physically, you change at the same time. So then it doesn't feel like a shock or something strange. Sensitive nervous systems like that. So one is diet. That's very individual and it's very subjective and it's again contingent upon many, many factors. One needs to really experiment with these things and find your own way. And this is something important I definitely have to say is there are, man, get rid of all these concepts that you've learned or heard from people. Even though the people, let's say they have knowledge, their intention is good, when they deliver a concept that they're making it look like it fits everybody, it just doesn't. It just doesn't. Because let's say I used to eat, because I would eat, let's say the concept was I want to have the most life force. I want to extract the most life force from my food. And I want to have the highest nutritional value from the food. So I'm only going to eat for life force and nutrition. The problem is, because, see, I've done this a long time. I was raw food for like 14 years. I was fruitarian for a couple years. I did excessive fasting for a couple years, water fasting, dry fasting. I get into all that, my True Health book. So on paper, man, I'm super clean and cleansed and smell. I don't even take shower. Inner soap from the chemistry's washing me. Like I'm on another level. Okay, sounds nice. Nervous system wise, it wasn't good. But I forged ahead because of the concept. And then I paid for that. My body was like, especially after 6-7 years, it's like, okay, you need to get a little grounded now. I want some grounding food. I don't care anymore about what looks good on paper and nutrition and all this. Like, you need to get grounded. I mean, still, don't eat processed foods and junk and all that. You eat as clean as you can eat, but you have to eat for what your body's telling you. My body was telling me, you need to ground your nervous system. I didn't listen though. I'm like, no, I need to fast harder. I gotta get my body, like, I gotta force it to adapt to this high level, what I thought was high level way of eating. For example, you can apply this to anything in your life. We're talking about diet, but how concepts override basic inner common sense. This is the point that I'm trying to make. So I started eating foods that would ground the nervous system, and I could feel immediately. Immediately, it was like balancing the gunas and the elements in the body. Yeah, but in the mind, yeah, but it's like cooked food, like you're cooking the prana out. I mean, man, shut up, mind. I feel grounded. It felt good, you see? So you eat in a way, because the food, the chemistry in the food, man, it's so intimate. You're like eating it, digesting it, it's converting into life force, it's becoming your body, it affects your mind, it's becoming your energy body. It's like, this is an example of something like we shared, like I was saying before, what's important. You want something that changes you on all levels, but you don't even know it. If something's changing you on all levels, you don't even know it. So your nervous system doesn't experience it as a threat because it's just super organic and natural. Now, this isn't a diet video, so I'm not gonna like spend the whole time talking about diet, what's a good diet, because that's not the point of the video. The point of the video is that food can play a big part in grounding your nervous system if you've reached this state, your nervous system reached its threshold to where it needs stability now. That can happen at any age, actually. It depends, like I said, it's not about age, it's about factors. Some are just born with a super sensitive, just like people with autism, for example. Man, they're just super sensitive, man. A little thing can just trip them up. So others can start heading in that direction as they get older. They may not reach those levels of symptoms, but they can relate on a certain level. So you need grounding. You can use diet as one. Experiment and see what, or the diet should be grounding your nervous system. This should be diet for a sensitive nervous system, and you experiment and see, and eat as clean as you can eat, and you just come into some semblance of balance after a while. What's another good, healthy lifestyle habit that's synergistic and works on you from the ground up? Okay. I put light movement. Yeah. Light movement, meaning you don't, again, I'll reflect on my own life. I had to quit boxing and overworking out in the gym, trying to keep up these mad gains. I had to like let that go. And that can be super hard. That's a male thing. Guys will kill themselves, man, in the name of like trying to keep these gains up. It's like, you know, man and woman have their own heavy things to work on. That can be a heavy thing for a guy. This psychological identity with the body and the image, and it's just ridiculous. You'll kill yourself doing that, actually. So I had to let that go and do more, just chill more. Nervous system wants to chill, it doesn't want to be stimulated. Not when you reach the threshold. If you feel like you haven't reached the threshold and you want to go and be an MMA fighter and train every day, man, yeah, go enjoy it. I did for a little bit, and that time was over. I'm talking to those people that we don't need to talk. If you feel you're good and you're happy, enjoy. These videos are for people who may be in a situation where they feel confused and they're like, what am I doing? I'm making videos for them. So you want less stimulation. See, I discovered I like playing racquetball a little bit. I hit it against the wall. I like hitting against the wall, and it's cool. It's like exercising the whole body. I enjoy it. It's good hand-eye coordination, you know, good cardio. This is good everything. I like it. Get some sun. I like walking. I like light. I like calisthenics, some light exercise. You gotta be careful if you have certain elements that you don't want to trigger that. Your whole life, at least for a while, if you've reached this threshold state, needs to be about how can I want to stabilize myself now. I want to forget the go get 'em attitude and reaching the goals and ambitions like I'm like burning myself out. I need to like chill now. So you shape your life around that. You know, the biggest thing I found, it's the most simplest. It's not easy to do for some, and not if they're wired and habitually just kind of anxious and externally driven. It may not be easy for them, but the simplest, most free, it's free too, thing that helps stabilize your system from the ground up, you know what it is you don't do anything. You just sit. I made a video, you've tried everything, now just sit here or something. And don't think. But I say that not as a command. Go ahead, think about all the stuff like you need to think about, and then be good. Let yourself think, be done with that, and then just sit or lay down in Shavasana or something, and you just don't do anything. This is the most healing. This is the most medicinal thing to do. That is medicinal for all three of your bodies. Not to mention, it also helps you start to consciousness become aware of itself. So it's spiritual medicine too. Have some time where you do that. Don't constantly be engaged with the world and people and this and that. You have to take some time alone. Go get a hotel or something. I've had to do that a few times, living with my mom. I need a break, so I just go somewhere for a couple nights, just regroup. Just don't do anything. No YouTube, nothing. Just chill. You have to take care of yourself, and then nobody else is going to do it. And in these simple lifestyle, this protocol, this lifestyle regiment that I'm sharing, these few ideas, I've found this to be the most medicinal out of anything external, and it has no side effects. It's like out of duality. It's just good. That's what my nervous system wanted. Something organic. See, when something feels whole and organic and natural, my nervous system doesn't rebuke it. It cooperates with it. So you have to find things like that. And they're usually overlooked because they're like so obvious. Diet, preserving your sexual energy, hanging out with either good company or no company, a good environment, spending time alone where you just don't do nothing. You just lay there. It's like sleep. It's like conscious sleep. Why is sleep so necessary? Oh man, if we didn't sleep, you'd be insane. We need a total shutdown. So do that while you're conscious. Also during the day. Take some time. It doesn't matter how long. and go ahead and let yourself think first and get all that done, so that then you can just kind of lay here. If you want to put on some light music or bhajans, like, there's no rules. Just, you want to get to where you're not engaged, where your nervous system's not engaged, so that it just feels safe, man. Most people are so on edge, they don't even know they're on edge. It's so habitual that they're on edge. They're like waiting, like, for something, for somebody to call their name or call. These phones are the worst. This whole internet, social media thing that blew up over the last few years. I mean, the Westerners, they're already in a erratic mental state anyway. And now they really 24 hours can just, be stimulated. Yeah, you have to put that in check. I've seen how powerful it is, man. Like, I would go online. I would go see what's my last video that I uploaded, because I want to see, okay, now I'm going to upload this other video. Does it make sense? There's been times, and then so then I go to the YouTube, but then I'll look to the right, and then Kamzat Chimaya is going insane. Oh, whoa, what happened? Right? I like him. And then you watch that, and then it shows, I don't know, whatever, something else. And then 20 minutes go by. This doesn't happen often because I catch it and I don't like it, right? But it can happen. This is the gravitational pull and power that we're up against. You have to be on point and vigilant against this stuff. So then 20 minutes would go by. I'd close the laptop. I'd be like, wait a minute, did I even do what I was supposed to do? And then I can't remember even what I was supposed to do. I'm like, oh yeah, I needed to check that. I said, holy shit. All right, I'm just gonna check it. You catch it, and you don't be an asleep automaton who's just caught up in the matrix, and it's like this machine's just living through you. You like become part of the machine. You like merge with the machine. You lose your own self, your inner sanction, and you're just caught up. You don't even know it. And you can be like that for years, decades, lifetimes even. You're like, what? And then you leave the body, you're an astral. Things are more easy to reflect on then, because you don't have all these distractions. You're like, what did I just do my whole life? Like, what happened? I wasted my whole life. And then the higher beings be like, no problem, you're gonna get to go do it again. I'll be like, yeah, but damn, is it gonna happen again? Like, yeah, if you don't check it, probably be stronger. Who knows? Me and my friend talk about what's gonna be like in another 10, 20 years. Like, is this just gonna keep going? Like, you're gonna get to where you don't even know who's human and who's AI? I don't care, man, because this is a temporary place that I'm here, and this isn't my home. I made videos about that too. It's not your home either. It's like, God, do whatever you want. It's cool. All right, I'm out. We're getting out there now. I'll see you guys.